Kamusta na kayo?
Hola, hola, everyone.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nico Blitz.
And I'm Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast. And, babe, I do have an issue right now.
What's going on?
So, I just went back to the Philippines, right?
Uh-huh.
And, I've been wanting to send money back to my family over there. Just something chill, like $5, $10, whatever. But, every time I want to go over to the bank and, send over money, the rates are just so freaking bad.
Oh, yeah. The currency exchange is just horrible. You end up losing a lot more money.
Yeah, you lose a lot more. Because I'm just look, if $1 US is 55 pesos, Philippine pesos, they're only doing it where it's 1 to 48. And I'm just y'all are taking so much money from me.
They really are.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there should be something that has a lower rate than exchange rate.
Yeah. I mean, there is something that I did find. It's actually called Tap Tap Send. So Tap Tap Send, ladies and gentlemen. So Tap Tap Send is actually a remittance app where you'll be able to send money to the Philippines for literally zero freaking fees.
Zero fees.
Zero fees. I'm talking about the exchange rate is going to be so close to what the actual thing is for, the world currency. So if it is 55 US pesos or 55 Philippine pesos today, I'm gonna be sending damn near 54, maybe even 55, honestly.
That's so literally just such a better way to send money, especially from here to the US to the Philippines.
Yeah, exactly, because I don't want to go through the banks where they're just gonna take so much money from me, and then it's also it's instant. It's a free app to download.
Oh, I'm downloading it right now. Hold on. I could probably send your family money in the Philippines.
That's what I'm saying. As long as they have the app too, all you have to do is just download the app, and then it's very simple. You tap on the app, and then you tap the country you want to send to. In this case, it would be the Philippines. And then you type up how much money that you want to send. And then you send.
Wow.
Tap, tap, send. It's that easy.
It even has a cute little bird as their logo.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I'm really liking the bird. The little green bird on the logo is really nice. I'm really enjoying it.
Wow. So you can send money to the Philippines with no fees from the US, UK, Europe, and Canada.
Exactly. And Filipinos, we're everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Just kind of like Mexican.
Yeah. Exactly. So, if you have anybody in those places, feel free to send money over there. And then, all you got to do later on is just link your bank account. It's easy. Super easy.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I could send my ate bebe some money because she gave me some boy bawang the other day. And I'm just no. Don't spend too much money on the boy bawang. And I'm just look.
Now I can send you money for all the boy bawang.
Exactly. I can go ahead and send her money for that, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. I mean, I'm happy Tap Tap Send is here and available for all of us.
Oh, well, make sure you guys download Tap Tap Send.
Yeah, and also, too, if you sign up right now, you can use promo code Mexipino. And you'll be able to get 10 10 currency of wherever you're at. So let's say you're in the US, right? So you'll get 10 US dollars that you'll be able to send over to UK, Philippines, and what have you. And let's say you're in the Philippines, relatively you get 10 Philippine pesos that you'll be able to send anywhere.
Wow. Super convenient.
Yeah.
Download Tap Tap Send.
Download Tap Tap Send. Promo code Mexipino.
Promo code Mexipino.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that means we officially have our first sponsorship of the Mexipino podcast.
Thank you guys for sitting through that. We'll get better at it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. You know what I mean? That is the first of many sponsorships, but we really do want to say, thank God for Tap Tap Send. They mess with us. And we just want to be able to share the goodness for all of you Mexipinos and everybody listening out there on the podcast.
Yeah, because like Nico said, there are definitely so many Filipinos around the world. And there's so many Mexicans around the world. So if we're able to send money to our loved ones who aren't where you're at, then even better.
Exactly. I want to bring this back to the previous podcast, though. So a clip that went super viral on the internet for Jackie and I, because we actually just eclipsed 8,000 followers on IG one time for the one time, was a clip about Marites. And just to kind of give you guys a reminder of who Marites is the chismosa, of Filipino culture. It's basically like, the name of the chismosa.
Ah,
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But, this kind of reminded me of a story that happened when I was just back in the Philippines. So, my grandma's caretaker was actually walking around at night. She's like this, this frail old lady, but, she does what she does. And so me and my cousins and my uncle and my tita were all drinking. And, initially they're just like, oh, kind of just put away the drink. We don't want your grandma's caretaker to see that we're drinking so late at night, especially since you got to leave in the morning.
Oh.
And I'm like, sure. So anyway, she comes by and then I actually end up offering her a drink.
Oh, Nico is the most you tell him not to do something, he's going to do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, don't show her we're drinking. Okay, let me offer her a drink.
Oh, yeah, let me offer her a drink. So I offered her a drink and she was like, no, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure you were okay and whatnot. I was like, sure, that's fine, whatever. And so my tito, he ends up laughing and he was like, oh, thank God she didn't say anything because she's usually CCTV.
CCTV? Like the security cameras?
Yeah. CCTV.
I'm sick.
So they were saying that they're like, do you know what CCTV is? And I'm like, yes. As Jackie said, it's the security cameras.
That's foul. That's foul.
So CCTV is that's actually another way to phrase someone who's also a marites, someone who is just all knowing,
always in
all seeing,
always in someone's business type of thing.
Exactly. And then what else does the CCTV do? It has a report for the person who owns the CCTV.
That's funny. That sucks. I don't even know how I would respond if someone were to say oh, you're a CCTV. I'd be like, wait, what? I don't know if I'd be because I like knowing a lot of things and I like knowing other people's business.
Yeah.
But anytime I gossip or I'm a huge chismosa, it's towards you. I tell you everything.
Yeah, but you're not telling the world. See, Filipinos like to tell the whole world about it.
Yeah, but and Mexicans we just tell each other about each other's business.
Oh no, best believe if you find out a new piece of information, whether it's valid or invalid, best believe it's gonna be widespread throughout your entire family within 5 minutes. Matter of fact, it might be on Facebook in 5 minutes.
You know what I think one of the biggest parties that attracts chismosas is?
Parties.
Yeah, one of the biggest parties that attracts chismosas in Mexican culture is quinceañeras.
Oh, do tell.
Because I feel there's always that one table where you put certain friends of or family friends.
Yeah.
And usually it's those older ladies that are always trashing on the quinceañera's dress, the flower arrangements, the mom's dress especially.
My God.
If there's a court, they're judging the dama's dresses or the dance, or there's always something wrong at the quinceañera for the chismosas.
Oh my God.
And they're always at table 9 or something, table 7 or 9, because they're kind of in the middle, kind of in the front, but also kind of in the back. Yeah, it's basically that back corner.
Well, see, you got to think about the placement, right?
Yeah.
If you place them kind of in the middle, and let's just say it's a circular table, you have a set of eyes for every single part
that's
of the room.
Why you got to put them against a wall.
You have to.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to put all the chismosas smack in the middle. That doesn't make, it makes sense for them. It wouldn't make sense for us.
Yeah, definitely not. You're very strategic when you're planning out where you're putting people for your quinceañera.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of Great Gatsby.
Okay. You're going to kill me. But I haven't fully sat and watched Great Gatsby. I've only seen parts of it, enough to know that I've seen the whole movie in different parts. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But
I'm still flabbergasted that you haven't watched Great Gatsby.
I haven't seen it in a full sitting. It's just every time I see it, it's just a different part of the movie. I'm okay, I've seen the whole movie, but just not in the sequence it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, to kind of keep it short, there's basically a set of all-seeing eyes on a billboard. Mm-hmm. And then this billboard is basically at the mill. And And so this is where all the like sneaky link type stuff happens.
Oh.
Yeah. So then they kind of use like the all-seeing eyes as kind of like their quote unquote CCTV or their chismosa or their marites. And they actually see like the the sneaky link stuff happening.
I don't think I've seen that part in Great Gatsby.
Well, it's very subtle. That's more so something that you have to like read from the book. So when you see the movie, you see the eyes, and you're just like, oh, okay, here are the eyes that they talk about.
I've never read the Great Gatsby book.
Okay, well.
What? I'm being for real. When did you read Great Gatsby?
I read it in high school.
You read Great Gatsby in high school?
Yeah.
Did we read? No. I don't think we did. I don't know.
But either way, it's definitely a great book. So shouts out to Great Gatsby, also known as the CCTV. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So last week we actually did miss doing a podcast because Jackie and Jackie actually just moved into the household.
Woo!
Yes,
Yay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, yes, I moved in, and there's already something that I want to fix that Nico does.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah, I know. I was gonna save it for the podcast.
Okay,
to
go
see
ahead.
Kind of your reaction. I've only been in the apartment for I guess you could count Saturday as like the first day, but like Sunday was a full day that I moved in. Nico leaves clothes everywhere. And he also, like, when he puts clothes back in his drawer, he'll close the drawer, but like, clothes is sticking out. And I'm just like, just shove it back in there and just close the drawer. And he just has this habit of, like, leaving the drawers just, like, this much open or just closing it, but clothes is sticking out. And it bothers the shit out of me, babe.
Wow. I'm already getting on your nerves. It's only been 3 days.
Well, the clothes is getting on my nerves. I appreciate you doing laundry. That I really do appreciate because we've just been very busy. But that is like the one thing that like right now I'm just like, oh my God, like please just pick up. Like please. Clothes. Your clothes. Nothing else. Everything else is going great.
Okay, that's fair. I could totally pick up my clothes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then like also too, like Nico doesn't really have a sense of urgency when it comes to things.
Okay.
Like, and my parents are probably gonna watch this and laugh because I didn't have a sense of urgency doing things. But now that it's just me and him, like I could tell him like, babe, like, are we gonna sell this? And he's just like, yeah. I'm like, okay, great, take pictures and then like send it to me so I can post it on OfferUp and so we can sell it. Ask me if he's done that with the desk that's right behind him. Like
this one right over here.
Yeah, it hasn't moved. No pictures have been taken. Like, and I don't want. I hate feeling cluttered. I hate feeling cluttered.
My little thing is that like it ain't hurting nobody. It ain't doing nothing to nobody.
It's taking up space.
Well, because I'm sick right now. I can't do everything right now. What?
Here it goes. And it all comes back to men are babies when they are sick. Literally, babe, you get sick so often and you just like every time Nico gets sick, like everything he does is just like he's moving a mountain. Like he'll be walking and we'll be talking or whatever, and then out of nowhere he just goes I'm just like, okay, all right.
First of all, the other day you were just like, hey, like I don't want you to do too much, like just rest. And I'm like, okay.
No,
I will just
fine.
rest.
No, and that's fine. But taking pictures of this desk right behind you is not gonna kill you.
No, but you gotta realize that on Amazon, I bought a freaking cabinet that I still need to assemble, and I'm not gonna assemble it while I'm sick because you told me to rest.
I'm not asking you to assemble a cabinet. I'm asking you to take a picture of the desk to sell it so you could put the cabinet there.
No, but there's stuff on top of the desk that I need to put away is what I'm saying.
People are gonna just get a load of like laughs because we live together now.
Okay. Since we're airing out laundry, dirty laundry and whatnot, guess what Jackie does? Jackie puts her dirty towels on top of the cabinet, and I'm just like, why are the towels on top of the cabinets?
I don't.
Are the cabinets cold?
No.
Do the cabinets need a little bit of like wetness from your towel after you showered? Why exactly are the towels on the cabinets?
Okay. First off, he says cabinets like I'm putting it on, like on the kitchen cabinet. That's a lie. Second, it's my dresser, like my clothes dresser that I put my towels on top of, and I spread them out either on my dresser or on the bed so they can dry out. Because what I used to do at home was have hooks on the back of my door and hang my towels so they can dry. Nico puts it back in the bathroom, and that's totally fine. You hang them up to dry in the bathroom. For me, I don't like to do that because the bathroom is still like steamy and everything like that. I'm like, no, I don't like that. So I spread them out on the bed or I spread them out on the cabinet because right now I currently do not have a hook on my door, so that way I can hang my towels. It's not a cabinet, it's a fucking clothes dresser.
Jesus Christ.
You're acting like it's a cabinet on a fucking kitchen.
Oh my God.
I just literally debunked everything Nico fucking said.
You could literally open up the door to prevent the steam from staying in.
Yeah, but I like the air ventilation in the bathrooms here are not that great, babe. And you gotta admit that. Exactly my point. My point. I win this argument. We're done here.
No, you're absolutely correct. However, that is why I want to use this restroom right here.
That's not even a topic of conversation.
No. Okay, no. I will say you're absolutely correct.
Okay.
No, you're correct.
So,
but to bring up something else, no. Oh my God.
Great. Moving in has been great.
Moving in is great, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't let this discourage you, but
no, fellas or ladies, if you want to move in with your significant other, they don't tell you about all the good things that happen. Like some of the good things that happen is that Jackie doesn't have to go home after work.
Yeah.
And we're just chilling.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
We have actual dinner at our dinner table now.
Yeah, and we can like sleep earlier, which actually has been a thing. We're not sleeping at like 2:00 in the morning anymore.
Yeah, we're definitely not. And then also too, like when we were both actually talking about moving in together, there was a lot of there was people trying to give us words of advice that felt more of like discouragement.
Yeah.
And I want to put this out there because if you're thinking about moving in with your partner, I think you definitely should, and I think you should only do it if you feel like you guys are in a right space to do so. However, if you're someone is seeking advice from about moving in with their partner, I will say, try and be a little bit more happy for them.
Yeah.
Not that like none of our families were or anything like that. They were all happy for us. It's just that we found that a lot of people were giving us more of the negative than positive stuff.
Yeah.
There was always, and they're absolutely right. Communication is going to be a huge key for moving in with your partner. You're not always going to agree on some things. You're going to have disagreements. But there was never someone that told us, like, oh, it's the best thing because you get to wake up next to your partner. And I get it. You want to be realistic, but that is also being realistic, too. Like, I've always wanted to wake up next to Nico. I've always wanted to go to sleep next to him, have that comfort, and feel safe with him. And it's the best feeling in the world. But no one, I feel like whenever we went to someone and told them the news, it was always just like, oh, well, you guys got to communicate. You're not always going to agree with her. She's not always going to agree with you, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, be more positive. Like you can say all that, but also give something positive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and not to down anybody who did give us advice or whatnot, because there were, some people who did give us like solid advice. But, I think that just shows like where everyone's mindset is when it comes to certain things, like I don't think a lot of people look at the positivities that come with, newfound choices or, new life decisions. And because and maybe people might think like, oh, waking up next to each other is like obvious, or whatever is obvious, or doing stuff together like now is obvious, but it's like, well, it's not really that obvious if you didn't mention it.
Yeah, and also too, it's not obvious to other couples because they've already been doing it.
Yeah.
It's not obvious to us because we haven't been, you know? It's like super just kind of like, I don't know the word, but like it's just it felt like almost like
a little discouraging.
A little discouraging. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're someone who's planning to move in with their partner, do it. It's the best thing ever. And I'm having a blast right now. And yeah,
me too.
We are going to have disagreements down the line. I know it, but we're going to get through it.
Yes,
you know?
We definitely will. And, you know, like another good thing that comes with, you know, moving in is that Jackie will be able to travel with me at like any single time. Cause, you know, like, you know, Jackie has the liberty and freedom to just do whatever she wants now. And, you know, like, you know, one thing that Jackie will get out of the habit of, and I told her this, is that like she won't always have to like, cause, you know, you get it. Like in a Filipino household or a Mexican household, like you're always like, in a sense, reporting back to your parents like what you're doing, where you're going, especially if you live at home, right? Like that's always the thing. They're always like, oh, you know, text me when you get here, text me when you get there, let me know what you're doing, But once you like move out, especially like if you're in a different state or just a different part of the state or whatnot, granted we're only like 40 minutes away, whatever, like all of that like ceases to exist. Like not saying you don't have to do that anymore, but like you're literally on your own.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a necessary thing anymore to always like constantly report.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have felt that. It definitely feels a little weird now, not telling my parents, you know, hey, I'm at work now, or hey, I'm leaving work and I'm on my way home or whatever. And that is something I am gonna have to get out of because I've done that for 24 years.
Yeah.
I've kept in touch every time I went out. Anytime I wanted to travel with you, it was just like, you know, hey, this is what we're planning to do, blah, 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 blah. It was a whole process. And now it's just kind of like, okay, I plan it and I let them know, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like big trips, you know, we're about to go back to San Francisco in a couple days to celebrate my birthday, which I'll get to afterwards. But, you know, like as outside of like big trips, it's like you don't have to tell them like, hey, you know, we're about to go out for lunch, or like, hey, you know, we're about to go out for dinner, or like, oh, hey, you know, we're just going to do this, do that, and then we'll be back home. Like none of that. All of that ceases to exist now.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting, but it feels good. It feels good because like as a Latina, the youngest girl in my immediate family, it was always like there was always extra things that I had to do whenever I went out. And now moving out and being on my own with you, it's just like, oh dang, like how do I operate now? It's almost like I have to find a new identity in a way.
Yeah, well, you know, I think I watch enough YouTube videos to know that, like, however you are, like, by yourself, or however you are, like, especially, like, away from your family is, like, who you really are. So, like, once you step out of, like, that comfort zone, per se, you know, you living with your family and whatnot, now you have the opportunity to, like, really, really find yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be, like, no rules. And you get to do whatever you want. So, I mean, if we go back to the quote unquote like reporting thing, right? It's like, are you going to tell your family like when we're going to, let's just say San Diego or like San Francisco?
Yeah.
Are you going to feel the need to want to do that?
Yeah.
Are you going to, I don't know, just like all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Like if cleanliness was like an issue at like your house, right? Are you going to actually like clean like while you're over here at like our new place?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like little things like that that really identify like who you really are.
Yeah, definitely. So I think like that's gonna be my struggle, if anything, personally, is just trying to find my personal identity, you know?
Yeah.
Moving out of the house, and now living with you, and also too adapting to who we are together, living together.
Yeah.
Like my dad has told us countless times already, for the both of us, that one of us is going to adapt to the other. We're going to get the traits when it comes to cleanliness. We're going to get the traits when it comes to like how we just go about certain things. One of us is going to adopt the others.
Yeah.
And I really hope you adopt mine.
I'll definitely adopt the cleanliness.
Yes.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Mexipinos and what have yous? We want to take a moment to shout out our sponsors, Tap Tap Send.
Tap Tap Send is a remittance app where you can send money to the Philippines with 0 fees. They're available in the US, UK, Europe, and Canada.
Yeah, and you can send money over to the Philippines. So let me tell y'all this. Let's say the world trade for Philippine pesos is 55. If you go to the bank, they're going to be like, yo, it's 48 for every $1 US. But this app, Tap Tap Send, they will be very, very close. Let's say it's 55. They might do it for 54. Maybe even 55 if you get them on a good day. And if you sign up now, Mexipinos, by using the code Mexipino, you will get 10 units of your actual currency. So let's say you're in the US, you get 10 US dollars that you'll be able to send to the Philippines. Let's say you're in the Philippines, you'll get 10 pesos that you'll be able to send anywhere around the world.
Psst. Download the app now.
You know, one thing that your dad said that like really stuck out to me, he said, so Jackie being like, you know, the only Mexican daughter leaving the house, he had said, hey, as soon as she leaves this house, no refunds, no returns, and no exchanges.
And he said, even if you got a receipt, final sale.
I'm like, do gift cards apply in this?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Can I get store credit? Yeah, my dad had told Nico that. He told my sister-in-law that when it was my brother, when they got married, that was just something my dad said, just kind of to be funny, but to also be like, hey, now it's you guys. Like, that's, you guys are each other's family now.
Yeah. No layaway?
No. Layaway? You're so mean.
Look, if I'm out of the country, can I like put her back in the box? And
my gosh. You're so mean. Yeah, but that's something my dad says. No refunds, no exchanges, no returns, final sale.
Like, Uncle, is there an expiration date on the little tag?
An expiration date? You're so foul for that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
But do you but do you think, to a degree, do you think that is true?
No refunds, no exchanges, no. Yeah, I think that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's true because like once you're like, well, for me, once you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've told you before, like I'm only getting married once.
Yeah.
I'm only moving in with somebody once.
Yeah.
I'm only doing life with one person.
Me too.
So, yeah, no refunds, no exchanges, no returns, final sale, even with the receipt.
Amen to that. But you know, like it's been a drag, like trying to like.
I thought you were going to say what? I've been a drag.
No. I'm saying like it's been kind of a drag, like trying to like, you know, do everything like while being just like a little sick, because it's been like raining over the past, you know, couple days over here in LA, like heavy. And so get this, right? Yeah, weeks, right? So I've had like back-to-back gigs, and we've been like moving stuff in the rain, including a freaking mattress. We had to move a mattress in the rain. It was not the business.
Well, I mean, technically it was just drizzling.
Yeah, it was kind of raining.
It was sprinkling.
I do want to shout out Jackie's brother, Jacob, though, for helping us out, because without his truck and without his wife's help, Denise, and her truck, like we would not have been able to move everything as smoothly as we did.
Denise said that you get like impressed by their SUV like more and more each time.
Well, because I asked her how much it was, she told me the price. And I'm just like, I think I can, you know, maybe I could go for that.
It's a really nice SUV.
It really is.
But yeah, shout out to my brother and my sister-in-law.
Yeah, so you know, like they basically helped us like move everything, and like, you know, they entered a Filipino household at this point, right? So, you know, one of these things where you know you enter a Filipino household is when you showcase a barrel man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This part.
The barrel man. Part. You know the barrel man?
I know the barrel man. Because of you.
The barrel man, for ladies and gentlemen, for people who don't know, basically it's like a wooden man that is trapped inside a barrel. The barrel you can actually take off of the man, and then as soon as you take it off, the arms pop out and the birdie pops out, just like
how?
Like
I'm sick. Yeah, I remember the first time Nico and I started dating, he showed me the barrel man, and I thought something was going to pop out, so I kind of went like this. I was like that, and then as soon as I opened it, I was like, yep, this is a sense of humor. This is what I got looked forward into in the relationship. This was literally like, I want to say maybe 2 weeks into our relationship.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was the test. If you were rocking with the barrel man, you were rocking with me.
That's hella funny. But like, so the barrel man's little BB, like.
BB, birdie.
I said pee-pee.
Oh, pee-pee. Oh my goodness.
You've never heard that term?
No, I have, but the fact that you're using pee-pee.
The pee-pee, it just pops out, and then his arms pop out. And then my sister-in-law, Denise, she goes, why are his arms out too? Which I thought was super funny. But they enjoyed it. They enjoyed the barrel man. I
told her for like the women, like instead of like, obviously no penis, but like, the breast actually pop out when you take out the barrel from like the women. Well, the barrel woman rather.
Barrel woman.
Yeah.
Interesting. I need to see the barrel woman.
That's one that I need. Like I actually like.
Oh, you need.
Yeah, I need that because I've never had a barrel woman, but I've had a barrel man.
Pause.
Well, what would you rather me have in the household? Would you rather me have like hella barrel men or barrel women?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm going to question something.
Yeah, you got to question it. But don't question the barrel man because that is one thing.
It's a Filipino.
One of many things.
What's a Filipino? What's a word I'm looking for? Not delicacy.
I know what you mean. It's like a prop? Staple. It's a staple.
It's a Filipino staple.
It's a staple in Filipino households, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It's the Santo Niño and the barrel man.
Oh, God. I mean, I don't think I'd put the Santo Niño right next to the barrel man unless you're just going for like a Filipino traditional like wall or something like that.
I'm sick.
I ain't putting the Santo Niño next to the barrel man. What if someone takes out the barrel man and then the birdie like pops the Santo Niño off?
All right, off the top of your head, really quickly before we move on.
All right.
What's on a Filipino wall? Like if you had to have like a Filipino wall in your household, what would it contain?
Okay, a Filipino wall would contain obviously the Filipino flag all the way in the back because it would basically be the background of everything. Mm-hmm. You would need a picture of the Last Supper somewhere. Yeah. Maybe like a wooden one, like framed in the middle. Mm-hmm. You would need a Santo Niño. Mm-hmm. You would need some sort of portrait of Manny Pacquiao.
I'm fucking sick.
Like something that said like, oh, this was the fight against, this was the fight and these were like the boxing gloves and it was like signed and this is like official merchandise or some shit. You would need a barrel man, maybe even a barrel woman. And then you would need like you'd need a Bible somewhere. You would definitely need like a Bible just like against a wall. And it's just like, look, this Bible's ancient. No one's ever opened up this particular Bible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think for like a like if you were to have like a display of Mexican stuff in your house, it'd contain the Last Supper, a huge picture of the Last Supper.
Yeah.
It contain a little figure of like Jesus. It contain hella crosses all over the wall.
Hella crosses.
All types of ceramic crosses, wood crosses. It contain the little like necklace thing that you get from your baptism.
Oh yeah.
And what else? Oh my gosh. What else goes on a Mexican? Oh, and then just like a standard like portrait of Jesus or God. Like just him. Just his face, his head.
I want the one of Jesus where he's like,
you know
what I mean? You know which one I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about. That's a meme though, babe.
Nah, I'd rather have that one than Jesus. He's like, yeah. Shouts out to Jesus Christ.
Wait.
Sorry,
Jesus
Christ. My nose is feeling a little bit stuffy right now.
Oh no.
And
Did you take medicine this morning?
I did take medicine this morning. I definitely did.
When did you take medicine?
Literally after the shower.
Okay.
But it brings me to my next point, right? I don't know why Filipinos do this, but when it comes to like tissue to blow your nose, they refer to every single one as Kleenex. And it could not be Kleenex.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be like, I don't know, Lyft or whatever they end up using. Like some other off-brand stuff, but they will always refer to it as Kleenex.
I honestly did not know that there was any other brand other than Kleenex. Like growing up, like my parents, Mexican household, like I was just, it's always go get Kleenex, go get Kleenex, go get Kleenex. So I just refer to everything as Kleenex.
Yeah. Then you come to think like the blowing your nose tissue paper is just like all known as Kleenex.
Yeah, but there's different brands.
Yeah, there's different brands. And what's funny about that is that we push Kleenex so much that I don't even know what the other brands are.
Can
you even name another tissue paper brand?
Puffs.
Okay, Puffs.
Just Puffs.
Yeah, that's it.
But I had to really think about it because I don't think there's any other one.
Yeah, it's just Puffs and Kleenex, I guess.
Is it?
But I guarantee you, anytime, literally anytime, your Filipino parents will ask you to get some sort of Kleenex or some tissue paper for your nose, they're just going to say Kleenex.
Interesting.
Filipinos are so good at branding stuff. Filipinos need to be the ambassador for whatever the hell you are selling.
There's like, I guess Charmin makes tissue paper. Charmin, Angel Soft, Cottonelle, Scott. Honestly, Kleenex is just easier.
Yeah, Kleenex is easy because you know what I mean? If someone said, hey, go get some Charmin, what are you thinking of?
I'm thinking like paper towels or toilet paper.
Me too.
I wouldn't trust Charmin like tissues.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. When Filipinos and Mexicans endorse your stuff, you want to make sure that they know what the fuck they're selling. Because if it's not Kleenex, you're going to be selling some freaking Puffs all day.
That's very true. But shout out to Puffs because they have Vicks tissues.
Yes.
And you did not know. Nico, so Nico's been sick, right? So I went to Target and I bought a box of tissues and they had Vicks on it. So then he starts using the tissue and he goes, when did they get Vicks on these tissues? And I'm just like, well, Vicks has always been on these box of tissues. And he's just like, no, it hasn't. I was like, babe, it's been like 5 years like that they've had Vicks on it. Nico is now flabbergasted at the fact that Vicks has been on tissues and it works. It truly works.
No, it really does work. I felt like I was like inhaling my childhood on my left and then exhaling it on my right.
I'm sick.
You know what I mean? Because Vicks is just always the number one thing that Filipinos and Mexicans love using whenever they're sick.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like the remedy that like nobody else knows.
I remember when I was sick with COVID, my mom brought in like a towel for me. She's like, I put Vicks on it. Here, use it on your, like, just kind of put it on your face a little bit and smell it. And I'm just like, okay. And then she gave me a whole bottle of Vicks, put it on my chest, put it on my back, put it on below my feet, on the bottom of my feet, and put socks on. Those are like the primary spaces that you need to put Vicks on.
Can you imagine if Vicks was just like the cure for COVID this whole time?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Ponte Vicks. Ponte Vicks.
What does that mean?
Put Vicks. Oh, and then funny story about Vicks. My aunt, when she used to work, she used to work in a pharmacy. And so it was predominantly a Hispanic like neighborhood. And so somebody comes in and asks for Vicks.
Okay.
Right? So then she goes, oh, I don't know what that is. And she goes, we only have Vaporub.
Oh.
So then he's like, no, I'm looking for Vicks. She goes, no, like I know where the Vaporub is. Not knowing that Vicks Vapor Rub was the thing that the lady was looking for.
Oh my God.
But my aunt just knew Vaporub and thought it was Vaporub, not Vapor Rub.
Oh my God. But also not knowing it's Vicks Vapor Rub.
Vicks Vapor Rub, yeah.
See, that goes back to my point. That's literally my point. We get so caught up, Filipinos and Mexicans, we get so caught up on just like one name that we just forget. We forget what it actually is.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like she still tells that story to the day, and I laugh my ass off every time because I'm like, Vapuru. You thought like that was just the name, Vapuru. But like it just doesn't even process like the way you spell it is vapor rub. But us like growing up, we like heard Vapuru.
You know, but it is actually just one R. It's not vapor rub. It's VAPORUB.
No, it's not.
No, look it up.
No.
Really, look it up. It's not vapor rub. It is vaporub.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm being dead ass. By the way, go ahead and stream Vapor Rub by Twee.
I'm sick. Vapor Rub. There's no way.
Yeah.
I always thought it was 2 R's.
What's this effect called? Isn't there like
the Mandela effect?
Yeah, this is the Mandela effect right here, ladies and gentlemen.
What the heck? No.
Yes. It's not Vapor Rub. It's VAPURUB.
It's actually VAPO.
Oh, well, it looks like the Mandela effect affected both me and Jackie at the same time, just in different ways.
Nico really said, I'm Filipino AF, Vapurub.
Vapurub.
VAPU. He said that so confidently. Mandela effect for the both of us.
See, the Mandela effect just killed us right now.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
I always thought it was like vapor and then rub.
Yeah, me too. But you know, the only way I found out was because like when we made that Vapor Rub song with Twee, is that like when we actually looked it up after we set the name, like after we typed out the name, we were like, oh shoot, it's not Vapor Rub, it's Vapor Rub. It's just one word.
Vapurub.
Yeah.
Vapurub. What the heck?
Yeah, this Mandela effect is crazy.
Oh, Vix also has a Vapo shower. That's cool.
So Vapo is the root word.
Vapo.
Vapo. right? In this case, Vapo or Vapo. Is it Vapo or whatever? But yeah, like Vapo is the root word. Depends on who
you ask. If you ask a Mexican, if you ask a Filipino, or if you ask an American.
Americans say Vapor Rub.
Americans, it's Vapo. For Mexicans, it's Vapo. And then for Filipinos, it's Vapu.
Vapurub.
Vapurub.
Vapurub. Ang Bix, ha?
Wow.
Don't forget to put the Bix on your chest, ha?
The Bix. They have patches, too. Damn.
Ang patches.
Man, Vic's just like is top tier.
But you know, alam mo ang problema?
What? Wow, I knew.
Alam mo, oh yeah, you understood that?
I understood that.
Alam
you know
mo
what's the problem?
Kasi if you say Bix, you will only think of the Vapor Rub. You won't think of like the Vapor Shower or the Vapor whatever. You're only gonna think of Vapor Rub.
That's very true.
So shouts out to Vix, man. Shouts out to Vix.
You helped cure a lot of my colds when I was sick and when as an adult. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Y'all be helping out the Filipino and Mexican community out like forever, man.
We keep y'all in business.
We do keep y'all in business.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. We Mexicans and Filipinos keep Vic's Vapor up.
Jackie's starting to
I'm starting to develop a Filipino accent.
She lived in a Filipino household for like 3 days. She's like, we keep you in business, huh?
Oh my gosh.
It's not even KEEP, it's KIP. Keep.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, Vic's, Mexicans and Filipinos keep you guys in business.
Oh my God. Oh shit. You know, also being in a Filipino household too, I didn't start doing this until like I actually moved out. Was that like when it's so cold, especially because, you know, in the Philippines it's hot, so you don't need heaters, right?
Right.
But when you're living in like San Francisco or California, anywhere that's not the Philippines, it gets cold as hell. And so I don't understand why Filipino parents, especially during the wintertime, will just not use the heater.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why you don't use the heaters. Now you use the heater more, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
I don't think growing up, my parents were like that. I don't know if Mexicans are like that, but like my parents weren't.
No, I can tell you why. Because simply Asians are cheap.
Oh.
Asians are so cheap. So it gets to the point to where, like, even if it's cold and I'm like, hey, can we use the heater? Oh, no, it's going to cost a lot of money on the gas. Just put on more clothes. Put on more clothes. I have socks on. Matter of fact, I have 2 pairs of socks on. I got sweats. I got a hoodie. And I'm wearing a jacket over while I'm in the house. How much more clothes do you want me to put on? You want me to put on a scarf? A beanie? In the house? Just turn on the heater.
Wow, Nico really wanted a heater on as a kid.
No, I did, because what would happen is that it would be so damn cold. Like, I would literally be freezing.
And you know what's hella funny? In your parents' house, there's that random, like, heater thing on top of the stairs. Like, you know.
Yes.
And that, I always wondered, 1, how did they get that up there? 2, why is that never on?
The furnace. You meant the furnace.
The furnace.
I don't know how they got that furnace up there.
That's a heavy ass furnace.
It definitely is. And I'm just like, yo, like, where did this furnace even come from? But even when you go to my parents' house, there's a big ass heater. There's a big ass heater. I'm sorry, there's something in my freaking eye right now. Jesus Christ. I'm crying from all the pain from not having a heater on when I was a kid. Jesus. And my nose is clogged.
If you guys are listening to the audio version of the podcast, I really hope you go to the YouTube version and go to the 45-minute mark, because Nico is crying and he's just trying to get through his thoughts. And he's just crying on screen because he has something in his eye. Oh my God.
Shit.
I was literally waiting for him to say, like,
it was bugging me. This thing in my eye was bugging me, and I'm like, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make sure I get through this smoothly. And I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But going off of that, like something that my brother does, I do sometimes, and my cousins do, like, and I think even my parents do this too. Like, a lot of us do this. We will have the fan on in our rooms, but be covered in blankets.
That makes no sense. Why? That makes no sense.
Because it's kind of like, it's hot, but you also still don't want to be too cold. So you just kind of like use a blanket.
And turn on the air conditioner.
Yeah, but even then, like in the summer, when like at my parents' place, when I would have the AC on, I would still use a blanket because I didn't want to be hot, but I didn't want to be too cold.
That is so counterproductive.
Some people sleep with like their fan on, but still use blankets.
And guess what? They get sick.
No, because they have blankets.
Oh my freaking goodness. This is such a backward society we live in, ladies and gentlemen. We have the privilege of having heaters and ACs and whatnot, and we don't use them correctly. Yeah, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and blow my nose. Once again, shouts out to Tap Tap Send, one time for the one time, the #1 remittance app, at least in our eyes, and it will be in your eyes too, as long as you download it, and then you tap the app, and then you tap the country that you want to send to, and then you send the money over, ladies and gentlemen. Shouts out to Tap Tap Send, one time for the one time. My name is Nico Blitz.
I'm Jackie Ramirez.
And this is the Mexipino podcast. Adios, everybody.
Wait, hold on.